Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and shits? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, so I know the market might look weak to a lot of you, but I'm just going to point out right now, do you really want to be shorting when your daily RSIs are all the way back down here? I wouldn't be. All right, guys, take the short if you want, but I'm going to be your friend and I'm going to advise, hey, guys, all right, the money right now, the risk reward right now is to the long side. And if you see things in another direction here, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I'm going to question you right here. What are you seeing? Please let me know down below in the comments. If you're bearish, please let me know what you are seeing right now that's making you so dang bearish. Let's just come down here to the hourly time frame. Let's look at where your buyers are stepping in right here. All right. So the other day, you clear as day had your buyers stepping in right there on that gap fill. That is where you bounced up. Where are the buyers stepping in today to put in that hammer candlestick right there, like we see it right there on your trend line? We zoom out to the daily time frame, and you are spot on this rather strong trend line. Why do I call it a rather strong trend line, guys? This has literally been the uptrend you've been following since the October bottom, and now you have 4 total touch points on this trend line. It is going to either be a big break to the downside, or you are going to get a sick nasty short squeeze off this trend line. Which one am I going to bet on? I'm going to bet on that sick nasty short squeeze. I think downside is limited unless you get a pop, and then we could talk about just taking things level by level. But until you get that, I'm going to keep reminding everyone what we got going on down here. And like I just pointed out, DIA, your RSI is the lowest it's been this whole time. IWM, what's going on over here? Well, your RSI is all the way back down to 31 right now. And what's happening? You're coming right into support. So this was actually a setup that I was watching going into the week. And we just about did tap that support, but we did not just yet. So we could go a little lower. I'm just going to point out, guys, RSI oversold, coming into support. What do you also have? Just like over on SPY, you got this trend line support. This was a weekly trend line that we have going on here with the most touch points right here. We can actually change that up to right there. All right. So, what is all this going to bring, guys? It's likely going to bring a lot of buyers into the equation here. And guys, you can go down like $2 more, but you're going to hit a super support. You got trend line support. You got freaking horizontal support. You got RSI being oversold, guys. It's going to be like an elastic band. You pull it back, a super strong elastic band where it doesn't break, all right? You pull this super strong elastic band back and boom, it snaps back at some point. Do we know when that's going to be? No, we do not know when that's going to be. But if I had to put money on it, which I do have money on it, I would say we're probably going to go to the upside. All right. I think now is literally the time when people should be laddering into those long positions, right? If you laddered over there, you took your profit over there, you started laddering back in, and now you're waiting to take them profits again. That's how I'm seeing the equation that we got right in front of us right here. And what is the equation I speak of? The charts are the equation I speak of, all right? We have too many bullish factors going on, in my personal opinion, to really begin to bearish here. And on top of this, guys, we do have a potential ugly double bottom going on here with a higher low. If you were to come up here and take out this high, that does suggest we're probably going to go a decent amount higher. And then I have to assume we're probably going to make our way somewhere in this little range here between the gap fill and our supply zone. But if you break above 433.01, that is when you can really cross the supply zone off. It should act as a demand zone. And boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. There you go. We should have some more upside. But like we are seeing right now, guys, we're seeing buyers step in. That is where the risk to reward is right now. It's to the upside. What do we also have going on? Well, I just pointed out you got an ugly double bottom on the hourly time frame with up here as your neckline. Well, what happens on the shorter time frame? We got on the 15-minute. What do we have? We have a neckline here of, what is the high of this candlestick right here? Is 426.78. So we are going to add that level onto our chart. 428.68, is that the level we just had? 428.78 was the level. I was off by 10 cents there. There we go, guys. We have a neckline right here. Let me just make that nice and pretty for you. You got that going on. You break the neckline. You likely have a freaking ride up to 428. What is 428? That's going to be where we are expecting sellers to come in here on the smaller time frames. We're expecting them to step in at 428.50 again. Why? Because that's where we're expecting them to sell. We actually had a double bottom over here. I was expecting a short squeeze to kick off from there. I'm going to be completely transparent on that one. But I was also just bullish. That is where we should have been looking for sellers to step in. I literally, I looked at it right there. I looked like, I don't know, 10, 15 later, and we were just tanking off that level. I was like, oh, well, guess short squeeze didn't happen. That was just yeah, you rejected off your neckline. But yeah, you break this neckline, you literally come up here to where you should also expect sellers to step in. If you break above there, that is when we get boom, shock-a-lock into the upside to 431.19, right up to our supply zone, 433.01 to 431.19. All right, guys, so I'm bullish. I still remain bullish. Nothing has changed. Let's actually just come over here to the heaviest component, SPY and QQQ, and check out how that is looking. We currently do have a break and retest of this level right here. You want to see a daily close above that level, and then we could start making our way back up to the next level around 180, which is where sellers stepped in up here. All right, so that's what you're watching over here on Apple. NVIDIA, guys, NVIDIA, literally, where are you getting seller step in, guys? Right here at resistance. Makes freaking sense, all right? What's going on over here at Tesla? Still just struggling there. I still want to remind everyone, you do have this head and shoulders over here on Tesla, but if you could start getting moving and grooving here, then guess what, all right? Things really aren't looking too bad, all right? You want to take out this high, and then what do you have, guys? You have a series of higher highs, or higher lows and higher highs, all right? You'll have a higher low. Well, you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. Now you have an equivalent high. So what do we actually have if we come down to the 15-minute time frame? From what I can see right there is we do have an inverse head and shoulders. I knew I'd see it if I came down to the 15. There you go. Neckline right there. All right, guys. So I know it's a little sloppy looking, but I do clear as day see that. Regardless, guys, we do have bullish structure going on across the board here. All right. You got Amazon over here and some movement over here. I am looking for a move back to 133. So if you guys were watching us last week, paying attention to the videos, then we have been calling out some of these individual tickers and what we're looking for from this support down here. I think we started calling it right here on this day. You came down and you made a divergent low the next day here on the hourly time frame, and you started piping up, all right? But from the support down here, your demand zone, your only support until you come all the way down here to 114, all right? It's a pretty big drop, all right? Which actually, I'm just going to point out right now, is actually forming a... right there. All right, guys, if we see a dip, literally look for it to get eaten up so it forms your right shoulder there, and then boom, bop, bing, boo, pow, you do have another inverse head and shoulders formation on our charts. All right, guys, so things really aren't looking too bad across the board. That's what I really want to hammer into your head today. We were bullish coming into this week. If there was going to be a dip, I did say in my last video in the weekly update, guys, I will eat the dip for us. I will do it. All right. I would appreciate your help in eating that dip, but you know what? I'll eat it all. All right. I will single-handedly eat the whole entire dip in the whole market. All right, guys. I'll throw billions at this. I'm kidding. Yeah, but I will eat the dip. I will definitely be eating the dip, and I will have the chips to go with it. Shout out to anybody who's ever had or made cowboy caviar. It is very good. All right, my sister makes it every time I see her, and yeah, it is very good. So maybe you guys should look that up and consider making that to have different dip. All right, more dips to go with this dip right here we're seeing. All right, but coming over here to VIX, we're actually going to finish off here, and I'm going to point out, guys, RSI, where are we right now? We're at 62. You pipe it up a little more, it's gonna do exactly what we pointed out in the weekly update, guys. So if you get another dip, it's probably going to be eaten up. Why? This RSI is going to, it's going to be back up here. You're also going to see VIX come right into resistance again. You literally back tested this broken trend line here. You're going to get up here to a super resistance. You're going to back test a trend line if you pipe up again, and you're going to hit 20 resistance, 2005 resistance. So, guys, I'm looking for the dip to be bought. IWM right here at support. You can go $2 down to trend line support. There you go. DIA, guys, you actually do not have a divergent low being put in right now, but you do have buyers stepping in again for a potential hammer candlestick on the day with your RSI at 28. QQQ, all right, stronger than most today, I'm guessing, because of what we got going on over here on Apple. All right. Sure, a lot of us just wish we just had all of our longs in Apple right now, because guess what? Apple went up this morning and never came back down. All right. So, there's that. But yeah, I'm guessing that's why the tech sector is stronger than SPY right now, which is just the general market, the broad market. All right, guys. But you see that little bad boy down there? That is not where you go short. All right. And actually, before we close out this video, I want to, I just want to point this out right here. All right, guys, you have a low. You have a high. with the big fat red bar. Keep in mind, the big fat red bar. Right from the supply zone. Keep that in mind as well, all right? Just like the supply zone we had up here, you rallied on up, and then you came down for a higher low. Is it going to put in a higher low? I don't know, all right? But if it's going to come down, all right, guys, like, your downside is limited, all right? But regardless, we're talking about the similarities here. What do we got going on right here? At a clear as day neckline. Well, what do you have going on right here? You have a clear as day neckline. Guys, I think we're getting another sick, nasty short squeeze setup, and I think we might have one of these big, fat green bars incoming whenever that time comes, all right? All right, guys. With that being said, I am bullish, and I hope everybody has a lovely rest of your day. I thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate you so much, and with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.